Good evening, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am Natasha Pennycook, registered psychotherapist, your co-host for tonight. You are locked on to Keep6ix Connect the Six. Tonight we have a great, amazing show. I'm super excited to have this conversation. Hey, everybody, welcome. You are locked on to Keep6ix Connect the Six. And today we are going to have an amazing conversation with Kelsey Walker. Just waiting for her to join. I think she is here. All right. Sorry, 1 second, everybody. Just getting myself situated. Hey, so I hope you guys can hear me. Just waiting for Kelsey to pop in. Hey.
How are you?
I'm good. You can hear me? Yes, I
I
can
can
hear
hear you clear.
you. Right. Nice. Welcome,
Thank
Kelsey.
you.
Looking forward to this conversation today.
Me too.
So I'm just waiting for a few more people. I know people are dropping in.
No, right?
Thank you,
Hi, everybody.
everybody. Hey, so we're going to have a great conversation today. I'm just opening up my other screen because one of my screens is for some reason deciding not to open. So I'm
Of course.
just getting of course, right? Because that always happens when
Of
you have
course.
things to do.
Right?
Hey, everybody, welcome. I am just getting all my stuff set up. Okay, I am good to go.
Excellent.
So, thank you so much. There's so many people on. I'm super excited for
I
this.
know,
People are
me
saying
too.
they're excited. Hey, Tiffany. Yeah, so we are having a conversation today with Miss Kelsey Walker. And for those of you who may remember, probably a month ago now, right? It was probably like
Yeah, just a little over a month, December 30th.
just a little over a month, right? So just at the end of the year,
Yeah.
um, Kelsey is from Montreal. She went into a Uniprix. For those not from Montreal, Uniprix is it's a pharmacy, like Shoppers and things like that. And she went in to buy, of course, hair products because that's what we do, and recognized that the whole section was section fermée, section closed for the black hair products. So we're going to be having a conversation today. But Kelsey is also the founder of an amazing nonprofit organization as well. So she's going to be talking to us about her organization. So you know what? I was going to do your intro, but you go ahead, tell everybody who you are, and we'll take it from there.
No problem. So as Natasha said, I am Kelsey Walker on social media, Kels Uncut. I'm that girl who gives you whatever you're going to get. So you could be getting a Trini woman when you come on the Instagram. You could get a beer jam sometimes. It depends on what feeling. Other times I am just speaking perfect English. Like I'm not from the islands at all. So you can get anything when you come to Kels Uncut, but Kelsey Walker. I am the CEO and founder of Kings and Queens Give, which is a nonprofit organization that's focused on helping the marginalized youth across Canada. I mean, I guess we can jump right into how I even ended up doing that. I
Yes.
was driving to work one day. It was really cold outside. This is why I lived in Ottawa. I lived in Ottawa for a little while. And I noticed a young boy, probably no more than 15 years old, at the side of the road begging money. And I was like, normally you see older people, adults begging
Right.
for money.
Yeah.
And this was
Yeah.
like school hours and stuff like that. So I
Yeah.
got to work and it was really bothering me. So I just happened to look up. I'm like, how many homeless kids are there like on their own in, Canada? And it said over 6,000 in Ontario. And I said,
Oh,
what?
wow.
I'm like, that's a lot of kids. And
It's
we
a
live in
lot of kids.
Canada. You would think that there would be something for, kids who don't have the support of their parents or guardians or anything like that. So I was doing lives at the time in the morning. Every morning at
Yeah.
7 o'clock, I would get up
Ooh.
and we would talk about something. Motivational Mondays, gospel days, back
Yes.
put in my days because I don't feel like doing it, but I committed to it. So I would talk about anything on there. And I got on the next morning and I said, guys, this is what I saw. I want us to like bring a hoodie and wear a hoodie because we know how cold the winters are here. Like that is
Yes.
crazy to me, right?
Yeah.
So it started off as that in 2018. I ended up going back to Toronto. I visited
Yeah.
Covenant House. I got a
Nice.
tour of their facility and what they do. We as a community on social media, I love Instagram for this. We had raised over $1,000 and we were able to
Amazing.
buy gift cards and all that fun stuff and drop them off at the shelter. But
Yeah.
again, you know, you got to see that there's some shelters that have the assistance of the government and other shelters
Right.
don't have that.
Very
So
true.
we ended up in Rexdale at the YWS shelter. And after speaking with them, they didn't have that same kind of assistance that Covenant House had. And we kind of got to see the youth a little more. And I noticed that there were a lot of, you know, African American kids there. There were a lot of Muslim kids there, etc. So I asked the question first because I noticed their hair, because now I'm natural. So I always notice when someone has natural hair. I said, do they get the natural hair care products that they need? And they said, nope, they get the stuff from the dollar store. I said, what?
Oh gosh.
So you can't put that in our hair. That's not going to work.
I'm just like, what? Oh my goodness.
So we ended up doing a natural hair care drive. So a lot of people, you know,
Beautiful.
you buy something, you think it's going to work good. Your hair's like, I don't want it.
And you have
collects
tons
dust.
of products sitting on your counter.
How many things you have on the counter collecting dust? So I said,
Tons.
everybody, give me your stuff. I'm going to bring it over to the shelter. They were so thankful. And then we raised even more money, got more things. So I really saw like the community coming together, which just made me feel so good. My heart was feeling so full. And I said, you know what? I want to keep running with this. So the next, you know, Christmas came around. We did the same thing. We had a couple little things in between. They do ask for like groceries and stuff like that. And I would tell them, hey, let us know what you need. So we ended up working as well with Ava's,
Amazing.
Toronto as well. There was also another shelter that is, I can't remember the name right now, but it's a shelter actually for children and mothers that was right across the street. And people were donating like Pampers and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, let me bring that over there. So we went over there. I have a great team, meaning everyone that does anything, they share, if they donate, if they give me an encouraging word, you're all part of the team. This is really a community thing, and it just blossomed into this, and it was finally incorporated last year, top of 2020.
Nice. Amazing. Amazing. So it's so interesting how the idea came to you where you're walking and seeing an unfortunate individual and you being able to turn that into such an absolutely fantastic nonprofit organization.
Honestly, it's humbling that, you know, God even allowed that for me to be the case, because what was I doing in Ottawa in the first place? I was living in Toronto before. When I moved to Ottawa, everyone's like, Kelsey, what are you doing? And I'm like, I don't know, but I'm going to do it. So now for this to have come of it, I'm thankful.
Yeah, and it's interesting how you said, I don't know why I'm here, but clearly you were there for a reason and for a mission, and you're living that out right now.
Exactly.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So for your non-for-profit, you go around and help local shelters in the Ontario area as well as in Quebec.
Yes, exactly. So we're in communication with two right now that I'm back in Montreal since July. COVID, of course, shifting people around. I don't mind. Again, everything for a reason. So we're working with two shelters out here. So we're gearing up for a little luncheon for them. It's a little tougher now with donating clothes because of COVID. So we're trying to just navigate and really provide them with like the food that they need and stuff like that. So we're gearing up for that, and we'll be sharing that soon. I'm super excited about that.
Amazing, amazing. And if anyone wants to donate or volunteer, how can people do that?
So at Kings and Queens Give on our Instagram, that is the name. You can send us a DM there. We also have the website, kingsandqueensgive.com. We're working out, again, this was not even a plan. I didn't expect this to happen. So I'm kind of going with the punches, like, oh, I need to have this now. Let me work on that. Oh, I need to have this. So I'm just kind of going with it. If anyone has any knowledge about nonprofit organizations, I am willing to soak it all up, because I'm learning as I go. But yeah, if you want to donate or reach out or volunteer, or you have anything you want to add, or a shelter that you want to let us know about, kingsandqueensgive.com. Ooh, shout out to y'all in the comments.
Yes, people are putting in your social media and putting in your website. You got people who are definitely have your back here. Welcome, everybody.
Yeah, so that's how you guys can reach us, and we'll be in touch, and we're going to keep you guys in the loop, especially now as we're kind of getting used to this new norm. Just trying to figure out different ways. We had, for 2020, we wanted to do like, you know, presentations with the kids, talk with them about, you know, their dreams and aspirations, right? Because at the end of the day, who's pouring into them when they don't have that standard guardian, that standard parent around to pour into them? So I wanted to be able to do that. 2020, of course, just did all kinds of other things.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
okay. I'm pivoting, and now we're going to see
Yep.
what we can do virtually for them.
Nice. So it's interesting because you're working a lot with like the youth and the younger children and through shelters. Do you also work with youth who may be in the system, in like the child welfare system and things like that?
I personally have never gotten into that. However, my father is a social worker, so it's actually kind of, he does that work. So I have never done anything really in regards to kids, but I've always loved kids. Like growing up, I've always been around children, ranging from babies up until teenagers. Like I'm anti-crazy. Whenever I come around, they know it's going to be a good time. So I just love to be around the kids. And like I said, just seeing that young boy really just tugged at my heart. And I was like, wait, this is a thing? And I really didn't know. So I said, let me see how I can, get myself involved in here and help out.
Yeah, amazing, amazing. So it's interesting, right? Because you're really focused on like clothing and hair products and things like that. So tell us how you went from, looking for hair products and getting the hair products of your sisters around you and friends around you to going into the pharmacy. Like, how did you even find out about that?
So, social media is a hell of a thing, right? So
It
people
is.
are always sharing pictures, and you have to do your due diligence and ask questions because things are doctored. So a childhood friend of mine, she posted this picture, and it was of that section in the store. And I was like, what is that? Did you take that picture? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, what? I'm like, I'm going there tomorrow. This was on the 29th in the evening is when I saw it.
Okay.
So the next day,
so December 29th.
December 29th, I saw the picture. And I said to her, I'm going there tomorrow. She's like, oh, yeah, well, I'm going as well. And so is Tisha, which is her other friend. So Crystal was the girl who had shared it. Tisha was the one who actually took the picture. But she doesn't have social media, so she sent it to Crystal.
Right, to post and everything.
Yeah. So they were like, oh, we're going there too. I said, okay, sick. I'll meet you guys there, right? I'll see you there.
Yeah.
So as I'm driving, I was literally talking to God, and I'm like, listen to me. I'm going to go in and I'm going to be Kelsey. Kelsey always records things. Anyone who knows me, I am the first one. Listen, there was a fire, and once everything's safe, I'm recording the fire blazing outside. That's just who I am, right? So I went in there and I said, you know what? I want answers, and I want to make sure that everything is documented, because I feel like oftentimes we don't get the top to bottom. Therefore, we can't make the proper, or you're assuming, oh, well, what if this didn't happen before? I want all you to see right from a walk inside the store. Good.
Yes. So question, before you started filming, did you go into the store to check it out?
Nope.
No. So like from what we saw from you were outside, that was you going in because you've only seen the picture.
That's right.
Got it.
And again, that's why I said I wanted to make sure that I got it from the beginning, because I didn't want any, oh, well, maybe she went in before and turned. No. And as it unfolded, you guys could tell that it was happening for the first time, right?
Right. Yeah.
So we went in, and of course, as you see in the film, the first thing I do is I go over to the section to see if this was real, to assess everything else. The other products were available, herbal essences and Pantene Pro V, all that stuff. Typically, we do know that Black hair care products are separated from the other hair care products anyway.
Right.
So it makes it very easy to do something like this to begin with, right? So after that was assessed, I went and I said, okay, hey, can I speak to the manager? The manager came out. She happened to be a person of color as well.
Yeah.
I was like, first thing I said, can I buy anything from this section? She said, no. I said, why not?
Right, because it had that big X. Exactly. It had the big X, and it had section fermé, which means section closed.
Section closed, right?
Yeah.
But again, because you don't want there to be any misconception, you asked, can I buy something from here? And she said no. And I asked why. And she said, because we got a list from head office that said that certain things were non-essential, and we had to block them off. What?
Okay.
So I think it was like... In the video, I'm very calm. I actually watched it for the first time today.
You did watch it today? Okay, because I watched it yesterday, going through, and I've seen clips of it, because that's why I even wanted to reach out to you, because it was as you know, it ended up being a viral video,
Yeah.
right? So everyone was passing it and sharing it and everything. So I saw clips of it. But yesterday, I got a chance to sit down and go through it kind of word for word as what I
Yes.
do,
Yeah.
to really prepare. So yes, I noticed that you
Yeah.
were very calm and you were so diligent about the fact of staying calm and being
Yes.
calm and not being labeled, right? The
Yes.
angry Black woman
Exactly.
or all of that. You were so aware of that. And then we saw that transition near the end of the video. But anyways, continue.
That's when Kells Uncut comes out. I just tell you at the top of the thing, you don't know what to expect, right? And that's the thing is that, and that's just who I am. Like I can be, you know, that, yeah, yes, all right, no problem. All right, cool, peace. And when I get outside and I'm with my people, which is what my live feels like, you know, it's when I go live, it's my folks that come in, we talk, we crack jokes, I share things with them, whether it's good or bad. So I was trying to remain calm, and when she said the words, it was more like it almost felt like a stab in the gut. Like, wow, non-essential.
Non-essential.
And I'm looking at all the boxes, and there's, you know, there's colored women, there's Black women on these covers, and it's blocked off. So like mentally, I was just like, that's crazy. And then I'm looking at her, and I'm like, well, how do you feel, you know, walking by this every day? Like how did you? And then when she's had her reply, and I'm just like, wow. So when we found out that the owner was there, I said, okay, maybe we can get more clarification. Now, I didn't want it to seem like I was trying to point a finger. I came to ask questions first. And the first thing we were told was that there was a list from head office. Okay, that's kind of crazy. Oh, the owner's here? Cool, let's have that conversation.
Yeah.
But then it kind of became like, and when I ended up walking away was because I felt like we were going in circles, and she wasn't getting what I was trying to say. And on top of that, in my mind, I was like, hold on. So you were able to take this sign down. And then right away, I'm thinking about the beauty supply stores down the street that were forced to close, and you guys can sell this. So my mind wasn't even in the situation anymore, because this was handled. The other Uniprix did not have these blocked up, and I even went to the other Uniprix after. So it really was an isolated incident, and someone made that judgment call. The owner obviously had said she gave a list to the manager. So was it the other manager who wasn't there? We don't know, right?
Yeah. Or were all the Uniprix given the same list? How were things interpreted? I mean, we don't know. You got the list.
Yeah. So of course, as you said, it went viral, right? So my DMs were crazy. There were people reaching out to other people trying to get in touch with me. So another person who worked at another Uniprix actually sent the list. She asked her manager, can I send this list so we could see what's on the list? And it was not on the list. And even further to that, it says all hygiene products are essential. What is shampoo and conditioner?
So that's interesting. Okay. Let's pause here for a second. Woo, okay. So you got a list. You got the list not from the same Uniprix, but from a different Uniprix. Sent you the list that was sent around. So the same list, we believe, was sent around to all these Uniprix, and you got a copy of the list. And on the list it said all hygienic products are deemed essential. So this particular Uniprix that you went to looked through this list and made as you said, a judgment call that certain hygiene products were deemed not essential. And these are hygiene products that have faces that look like you and I on them.
Exactly.
Right. And those were in one section and closed off.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
And after that, of course, Uniprix had made their public, statement. Afterwards,
what did they say? What was the public statement?
It was, it's the generic, I will say, thing that most people put out, right? When, they say, we appreciate all of our customers of all different backgrounds, etc. And they were DMing everyone who tagged them, and they were saying like, this was an isolated incident, etc. It was a copy paste because everyone got the same thing.
Okay.
But then again, like I said, I didn't have a thing with Uniprix at that point, because it was obvious that it was only that Uniprix. So
Right.
the person who received this list, which again, from what the owner is explaining, it's not her. She got the list and she passed it on, which is what an owner does. So whoever that manager was made that decision. So I did try to reach out to the owner again to see, you know, what was going to happen. But at the end of the day, my attention had now shifted to,
Right.
you know, the fact that these products, I wasn't in there shopping for the products, right? It was just simply that I know that this is a predominantly African-American area. Like while I was in the store, there's a
It's
bunch of
LaSalle's a very Black
Americans coming
Canadian
in.
area.
LaSalle is, I grew up in LaSalle, right? So if someone needed to go there to get something really quickly, they're already paying more than they would at the beauty supply store. You know, the beauty supply stores are allowed to deliver, but the fee for delivery is $12 when the store is 5 minutes from your house.
Right.
People are already, you know, not really like having money the way that they did before. It's just, yeah, it was all bad. So at that point, my attention had then shifted to getting the beauty supply stores reopened, especially considering our salons were closed.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Okay. So it's really interesting because when, and this has been a conversation that you have had, I've had, that I'm sure a lot of our viewers have had. Why is it that the Black hair care stores are all closed and deemed not essential?
You know what's even crazier is that, so as I was on that route, I messaged, I emailed Francois Legault, the premier out here, and then I got in contact with all the MNAs who are for all the different regions. And I messaged this one, and the assistant emailed me back, and he used the word specialized to describe our hair care products in the email. And I'm looking at the word, and I was like, specialized? I said, I know I'm special, but my hair is not specialized. Okay.
Right.
This is my natural hair. So then we ended up having a phone conversation, right? Where I'm reiterating to him again why the beauty supply stores need to be open.
Yes.
Period. He again uses this word,
specialized.
So I said to him, I said, you know, you mentioned that word in the email and you've now said it again. And I want to just help make you understand that the hair that grows out of my head naturally is not specialized. The same way your hair is not specialized. And at that point, his attitude shifted on the call. And he said, okay, well, so what would you like for us to do? I said, I would like for the beauty supply stores to be able to be open so that their clients can go inside and get their things. Okay, can you send me an email with the detail and I'll forward it who needs to see it? I said, thank you very much. Because we're not going to make it seem like we're asking for so much to take care of the hair that naturally grows out of our head. I'm very sorry.
Yeah.
We're not going to do that. And we're not going to act like Cantu is the only product that we can use. I don't like Cantu.
Yes, and it's not Black owned, just to put it out there, everybody. It's not Black owned and it burns your scalp.
I don't like it. When I did the big chop, I started using Cantu. It wasn't good for me. Some people can use it. Some of my friends like it. But the pharmacies don't have everything that the beauty supply stores have. They don't have the grease. They don't have the bonnets. They don't have the curlers. They don't have... These are essential. If we need to get up and go to work, we also need to make sure our hair is looking good.
Yes, thank you. And that's the thing, right? Look at the individuals who are going to work during this pandemic. The majority of them are Black women who work in the essential services, in the healthcare sector.
Yes.
So we are going out there and carrying this pandemic on our backs. Yes. But things that we need to take care of ourselves to do this work day in and day out are deemed not essential. Yeah. We are essential to go there, but the things to take care of us are deemed not essential.
Make it make sense. That's all I want. Make it make sense.
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense because the only thing that I hear is a continued issue with systemic anti-Black racism.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's a continuous thing day in and day out. So I 100% commend you for sticking up for all of us. For all it, like, you went there knowing that this was an issue, but you don't understand the impact. And this is why it went viral, because you, in your decision to see this picture and to go in and to film it, you made a decision to make sure that you were standing up for all of us, bringing us in there with you.
And I don't even think that I realized that when I was doing it, because it's just naturally who I am. So when it went viral and like my phone was, I'm like, what is happening? Like, I didn't even realize that what I was doing was going to make this much of an impact. But when I saw the next day, when all of the other Unipres brought all of the Black hair care products to the front of their store, where they were at the back of the store and people are sending me pictures, and I was like, wow, like, it's just, I'm humbled again. Like, I will keep saying I'm humbled. You know, I think that it's a learning experience for everyone involved, you know, and I'm just happy that it started a very important conversation.
Yes. Yeah, you did. And you started a conversation that all of us knew needed to be had, because we were continuously saying, why are these places closed?
Yes. Yeah.
Not only are the places closed, right, like the salons, but then the places where we can go get our grease and our shampoo and our bonnets and our brushes and things like that are closed as well.
Yeah.
So by you doing what you've done, you've literally given us a voice, and you've literally put it out there to the rest of the world, the rest of Canada and the world, because this thing went globally viral.
Yeah.
That we matter. I know it went globally viral because I read an article on you based in the UK yesterday.
Are you serious?
Yes, and they were talking about Black hair care in the UK, and they referenced you and your video.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, so this is not only Canadian viral or North American viral, but literally your video, the decision that you made to go in and stand up for all of us has gone globally viral. And it's about time.
Yeah.
Right? It's really because this pandemic has had such an impact on Black people. Right? Not only from those who are getting coronavirus and died from coronavirus, but then right in the middle, we have the murder of George Floyd, right? What you've done, it's really going in and saying, you know what, Black lives matter, women's lives matter, Black women matter, and we're not going to take this anymore.
That's right. We're not. Yeah. And I think that, you know, after the year that we had, like you said, you know what I mean, with everything just shutting down and you having to face your own demons and the world's demons and all of these other things and death around you and the uncertainty of tomorrow, everything I think became louder. You know what I mean? There were no distractions. You couldn't go to a party and turn up. There were no distractions. So, you know, it was a crazy way to end off the year. But I think that it definitely catapulted me into what I'm supposed to be doing. And I'm just hoping that moving forward, people pay more attention to the things that they're doing and how they impact the people around them, because we are not our skin color. We are all people, period. So everyone should be treated equally overall.
Yes. And this is why a lot of people are speaking, are not so much about equal, but equality, that we are given the things that we need to be able to take care of ourselves. Right? So when you go into the store and you see the whole section fermée for Black hair care, but you know you're a Black person who has Black hair, and how are you going to care for your hair?
Okay. And my hair needs hair, and when I don't touch it for a while, I only washed it yesterday because I was coming to see you. Okay. But it was
don't worry, same. I did the same yesterday too. So I got
from
you.
home has me like, I put my hood on, ain't no one gonna see, I ain't going nowhere. But, you know, it takes time, and you have to have the right products. Our hair is brittle during the winter months. You know, it's so dry. So you have to put so much more moisture in your hair. You have to put more care into it. You want to make sure you have the right products, and we need them. If the hair dye is essential for everybody else, then our products are essential too.
Exactly. And I love that. Okay, I want to get to some of the comments. Comments are flowing in. I feel like okay, I'm gonna try to go back and read some. Okay, so I guess I'll start backward. Someone is saying she's actually the voice of, oh gosh, there's so much more coming in. It just got lost. She's actually the voice of the city right now, 100%, hashtag big moves, right? All facts, heavy on the Black history. It's not Black History Month anymore. It's Black History 365. Black History 365. We got here, let's go Queen. Amen, yes. Queen energy, amazing work, Kels. We have Jason. Hey, Jason, saying we needed. That is exactly what we needed. You are great examples of all the brothers and sisters around the world. Amazing. Much respect. That video made a big impact.
Thank you,
Amazing, great. Amazing, amazing. A lot of people are joining. Welcome, everybody. Always tell you you're leaving an imprint on this world. Amen, Queen. We have so many. Thank you so much for everyone for all these comments. I'm trying to go through and read as many as I can, but they're coming in hard and fast, so they keep moving. Where was I?
Let's see what
All
else.
right,
I'm
I'm
trying to
gonna
help
see
you out.
if
Hold on. Let's see.
I got a whole bunch here. Thank you so much, everyone. Everyone's queen, leader, Black History period. Yes, Black History period. So it's interesting, right? Since we're talking about Black History 365, I'm a big advocate for Black History 365, but I don't want to negate how Black History started, because it was the Honorable Jean Augustine who worked very hard and fought really hard in Parliament to get February recognized as Black History Month, because Black History Month, Black History Week had started in the States to commemorate two birthdays. Oh my goodness, it's passing me. The two individuals whose birthdays are in February, which that is the week that started Black History Week, and she fought really hard to get it seen as Black History Month here in Canada. So yes, I'm very much an advocate for Black History 365, but I don't want to negate the hard work that another Black woman has done, especially in Parliament, especially knowing that there are not a lot of Black women in Parliament to be able to do the work that she's done. So definitely a shout out to the Honorable Jean Augustine.
That's right.
All right, so we got lots of comments. I know we have some questions as well. Everyone, I know you have your questions. Definitely put them in. Rachel here. Hey, Rachel, I know that you're still there. My co-host Rachel is here to help out with the questions and comments. All right, so I think everyone can probably see these questions. Okay, so we have one question. Can you also do a London accent?
You know what? So, I've been working on it a little bit, because I have an uncle who's from the UK and that. And when my other video went viral that I did with the fridge talking to me and that, I had a whole group in the UK that are from Barbados, and they had a whole group and they were sharing the video and that. So I've been working on it and that, innit?
See, that's pretty good. I'm going to send you the link for the UK article. How was it, Tiffany? Tiffany, was that good?
I hope that
she's
was
giving
good.
You she's giving you some people are loving this. All right, so we have another question. This is a great one as well, also from Tiffany. How are you dealing with the racist or bad backlash from that video? Ooh, great question.
That's a good question. Okay,
good question, so Tiffany.
The funny part is this, right? I posted a video. Like I never read the comments. I have not read any of the comments.
Okay, so once you posted it, like people posted comments, obviously, and no one.
Again,
haven't read it.
Post it thinking that this was gonna happen, right? I just posted it.
Fair.
So I posted it and I was getting ready to go to work. I had work in a couple hours, so I went to Uniprix. I was like, okay, let me go see if the other Uniprix is blocked off. Okay, cool. Like I was on a mission, right? My mind was racing. So I didn't hear anything negative until about maybe a day or two after, when people started to tell me what they were seeing in the comments and that they were going back and forth with people in the comments. Okay. So, there was, people saying, oh, it's not racist. And, oh, you guys went in there like it was like a gang thing. I think someone else had people that I actually know from the community that I used to speak to, apparently were making posts and making comments. But to be very honest with you, all of the messages that came directly to me, so people who took the time to send me a DM, out of the 400 plus DMs that I got, I had one person tell me that I was a racist B word. One person.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And I saw the message and I was like, listen, if my mama didn't tell me that I was out here looking crazy, I don't care what nobody gotta say. Okay. Because my mother is very strict. Okay. Mm-hmm. And as old as I'm 33 years old, I am still afraid of what my mama thinks about stuff that I do. And I don't want to hear her turn it up. Oh God, Kelsey, why are you going to people's stuff? So the fact that when I told her what happened and she watched the video and she was proud, nothing else really mattered, to be honest.
Right.
I mean, Martin Luther King wasn't liked by everybody. Malcolm
No,
X
he
wasn't
was
liked
not.
by everybody.
Was not. No.
President Obama, who am I? I'm just Kelsey
Mm-hmm.
Walker from Montreal, just
Mm-hmm.
trying to do a little thing. So, I mean,
Not just. Take the just out and say it again. Take the just out and say it again. You are Kelsey
I'm
Walker
Kelsey
from
Walker from
Montreal.
Montreal, just trying to do a
There we
little
go.
thing, right? You're right. I'm gonna take the just out. I'm gonna take it out. So, you can't. If everyone was applauding me, something would have been wrong, right?
Right.
Had I gone in there, turning up and carrying on and ripping down the thing, some people might have said, "Yes, go girl," and then
right, exactly.
Said, right. So you can't please everybody.
No, you
and
cannot.
I didn't address the negativity. I did hear it. People did call me or send me screenshots, but it came, days after. The initial was amazing. The support, even now, it's been over a month, and it's still, again, just the positivity. My mom's phone is blowing up. So that's how I handled it.
Yeah. No, it's really interesting. So I wanted to go back because I know while you were in the store, you were so diligent and so mindful to be calm. But then when you got out, it's like it hit you. I saw it, and probably because I always, I do what I do, and feelings always stand out to me. Yes. So I can definitely hear, because I couldn't see your face, but I can hear like just the change of tone. And to me, hearing you felt like the emotions were just flooding up. What was going on in that moment afterwards when you got out? Because I could feel like the anger and the pain and all of it.
Yeah. At that point, like I said, the store was open, right? There's people walking around. I'm not trying to cause a scene, Right. I really just wanted questions to be answered. And I had to just be mindful of that the entire time that I was interacting, because I didn't want it to come across as aggressive. That was my main thought process. So when I decided to turn and walk away, it was because already I was upset by what I was seeing and what I was told, right? Yeah. And then we're going in circles, and it's like, you're like, the more that she was saying, the more I was getting annoyed. Like, oh, well, I didn't do it as my managers. And you're deflecting it instead of just taking that ownership. So,
it wasn't taking responsibility.
Yeah, maybe just say, like, you know what, I had to a manager, or let me go get the list, or something of that nature. Right. And, she turned around with let me see what's here that's not in the regular aisle. There were certain things that she was saying that were then just further triggering me, to the point where I said, I have to get out. So I left. Yes. And that was just all of everything, just the West Indian in me erupting and all the emotions. And again, because this is how I am on my live, it's naturally who I am. It was easy for me to just turn that on, and I wasn't even looking at the phone to see the comments and stuff like that. So now I'm looking and I'm reading, and I'm like, exactly, you guys understand what I'm saying.
Yes.
So that's really what it was.
Yeah. And we could feel the anger, and all of us, I don't know about everyone, but I know I definitely felt the anger, because you're in there trying to make a point, and you're doing it very calmly and very professionally. And yes, especially the part that got me is when, I think it's that same part where you mentioned, well, she turned around, put her back to you, and she's like, oh, let me see. And I'm like, see what?
You know what's here. Because when she first came out, she said, well, what do you want from this section? So that would mean that the manager, I work in a call center environment, and I know that if I have to go to my manager, I have to explain why I'm getting them, right? So it just became like, well, why do I have to repeat myself? I'm sure
explain,
that she Yeah, so I thought that was an irritant too. But again, you can't put the blame on everyone. Maybe the manager, the assistant manager, didn't tell her everything. Maybe she just went, kind of like, sick, something's going on, get outside now, right? So I was just trying to navigate it, but it was like, the more the interaction continued, is like, the more I was like, this is not going anywhere.
It started to
and then again, my mind had just shifted, because I was literally picturing Hera Beauty and Princessa and Gilgal, all of
which are all closed down.
Closed, and I'm like, sick, you guys are selling these things and it's more expensive. So my brain was just going on other things at the same time. So it was just all of that coming up.
Right. Yeah. And it makes sense. What I really liked in the video is that there was a woman who said she was watching you in her kitchen, and she got into her car. She got in her car like, no, I'm going to be there. I'm going to support. Tell me about that.
Listen, when I turned around and I saw her, I'm like, wait a minute. What are you doing here? She's like, I was watching, girl. I live right over there. I was like, I'm going for Kels. And I was like, wow. Like, that really took me back. I didn't expect the reaction I got. I didn't expect what unfolded afterwards at all.
Yes. Yes.
It was really just me just wanting to go ask some questions, like, and then the outpour of support was just so uplifting and so humbling to see that at least what I was saying and what I was trying to, get across made sense to people,
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah. No, I love that. I love that she took the time to leave her house in the winter to get into the car, drive around the corner to be there to support you. Because I think that when we do things like this, that are like these big things, and we don't recognize that it's a big thing, as you mentioned, right? You don't recognize it was a big thing. Yeah. But you also need to have the community to have your back, to have your support. Because again, you're making a big change that's not only impacting you, but impacting all of us.
That's right.
Yeah. So, okay, we have all these comments are coming in. You were loud and clear. Definitely make it make sense. Yes. Mama stamp that now. Yes, make it make sense. Mama stamp is approval. That's all that matters.
That's right.
Right. Definitely. That's amazing. So amazing, though. Out of all of that, so we got a lot of stuff. I see a few questions coming in too, so I'm gonna go there. Someone's asking, what's next for you? Would you go into politics?
You know what's crazy? Someone was in I can't remember, someone I've never met before, said that to me. He's like, you should run for premier. Actually, forget that, run for prime minister. And I was like, whoa, I don't know about the politics. However, I did learn how the MNAs work, and they basically represent their little region, right? And it doesn't take any type of education about politics to get that role. So I thought that was interesting. So you never know. I don't know if I would go into that. That looks like a lot of, child. I don't listen. Whatever God has for me, I will do it. If he pulls me in that direction, then cool. I mean, right now I want to focus on Kings and Queens Give, but hey, you never know, man. You never know.
Hey, you never know. Hey, you might start with your local and go bigger. You never know. Because think about it. The fact that you went through this experience and you got to learn a lot about, right, your local leaders and things like that. Yeah. If they're your local leaders, that means that your tax dollars are going to pay for them.
Right.
So make them do their work.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then see where it goes from there.
Exactly.
We have another question. Yeah, we have another question that just came in. It says, have you since then gone back to that Uniprix? And if yes, what was their interaction? What was their interaction, if there was any? That's a great question.
I have not gone back to that Uniprix. I do not live in that particular area anymore, but it's an area that I grew up in, so I spend a lot of time in that area.
Yeah.
I don't typically go to Uniprix at all. I usually go to Pharmaprix out here, which is Shoppers in Ontario.
Yep.
If I do have to go to the pharmacy, so no. But every time that I pass a Uniprix now, I remember that encounter. So I have flashbacks.
Yeah, I was going to wonder if you were getting like the heart palpitations, sweaty hands when you pass by, but you're saying that you're getting these flashbacks.
Yeah, I just get a flashback of the moment. Like I was driving with my mom one day and I'm like, whoa, there's Uniprix. And we both started just laughing,
yes.
Like I said, it was more just the other Uniprix, made the decision to move their things up. So I don't have any negative feelings towards Uniprix. You know what I mean? I'm just, it was more just, I'm happy that it was addressed. They took it down. I know that, for sure that, well, I don't know, but I would hope that the owner spoke to the manager who had made that decision. But again, it started a huge conversation in Montreal just about what was essential versus non-essential.
Yes.
You can buy marijuana, but you can't buy gloves. It's wintertime. How does that make sense?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
So it opened up a big, a question about everything with non-essentials and essentials. And that led to pretty much a lot of other stores opening back up again just at the top of this week. So.
Right. Yeah.
For a reason. Yeah.
Yeah. Someone's saying you should go back just to connect with the owner. It would be interesting. It would be interesting to see if that farm, go ahead.
It would, but I don't know. Yeah. I don't know.
Not ready yet. And that's okay.
Not even so much that not ready, but again, like there were things that were said. I don't know if they're fact or fiction.
Right. True.
So I don't think that I would put myself in that situation when, like I said, I did try to organize a way for us to speak, but that wasn't able to happen, which is understandable. I'm sure that, you know, she was getting a huge backlash, right? So I have I think I have to be sensitive to that as well. The same way that I was getting more praise than the negative stuff, she was definitely feeling the reverse of that.
Right, the other side of it.
Exactly. So I need to be mindful of that as well. So I don't want to push that agenda. I did reach out to Olive Branch because, you know, she is in the community, and Montreal is a small place. So I do know people that know her. I found that out later.
For sure. Yeah.
So there was that attempt, but you know, I prayed about it, and I said, God, if it's meant to happen for us to be able to have a conversation, then let it happen. And if not, you know, I prayed for her. I prayed for the managers, the assistant manager that was there as well, because it wasn't an intent for it to blow up like this. It was really, again, like I will continue to say, a question. So, you know, I kept them in my prayers, and I think that we can all, like I said, just move and grow from this whole situation.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting because, I'm just thinking it would be really interesting to just get a sense of where she's at, understanding even what conversation she had with Unipre and Unipre as a brand and everything.
Yes,
right?
100%.
So,
it would be.
Yeah.
And like I said, that's why I was so interested in having that conversation. I was hoping that it would happen, but you know.
Yeah, exactly. Especially to know what went on, that was the only Unipre that had Section Fermée for the black hair care products.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, right, these are still questions that we have.
Yeah, of course.
And I'm sure there's more questions that we may not have the answers to.
Yes.
But we do know that what you've done has made such a powerful statement and such a big change for a lot of different things, right? As you said, people started questioning what is essential, what is deemed essential, and who's making the decisions?
Who's in these rooms? Who's in these rooms?
Who's in the room? And this is it. Who's sitting at the table saying, oh, well, this is special.
Yes. Specialized.
Right? This is specialized, so therefore it's not essential.
I had even said it in the email to one of the M&As, the assistant who was replying to me. And I said, I find it funny that, you know, weed that was illegal just a few years ago is now being sold, and it is deemed essential. But gloves during the peak of winter, where there are homeless men and women and children who are not able to get into the shelters because they're overcrowded, and we can't even go to the dollar store and say, okay, let's grab some gloves because it's blocked off. Like,
it's blocked off.
Help me understand. And his reply is, you know, oh, we would have some very anxious people. Anxious? Because you can't smoke weed? Listen to me. You better find some gloves. You can't buy clothes. You can't. There was too many things. It doesn't make sense. I don't know who's sitting in these rooms, but they need to do better.
Yep. Definitely.
Or ask the community, right? Take a survey.
What is it that you need? What is it that you need to live your day to day during this pandemic?
Exactly.
And during the lockdown. Exactly. For sure. That's an amazing idea.
Yeah.
That is an amazing idea. And you know what? It's interesting because even here in the Toronto area, there's been a big push in terms of organizing around the community for mental health care as opposed to having the police to go in. So I like that idea because what it does is pulls it back within the community.
Yes.
What does this community need?
Exactly.
What does this community deem essential to live their day-to-day during this pandemic?
Yeah.
Yes,
add it to the census, 100%. This is nothing we've ever had to experience before. You know, even as I said to the woman in the store, I said, you've never been told before to block off certain things because it's deemed non-essential, right? Yeah. So you need to take a moment and assess who's coming into your store. What are you selling of? What's the
demographic of your customers, and what is it that is essential to your customers?
And what is available and not available? Okay, there were certain stores that were closed. Were these stores closed? Okay, what do they offer? Do that due diligence, especially in a time such as this, right?
Yes. Yeah, exactly. It's interesting because I have a 5-year-old, and he's still growing during this pandemic, and pajamas for him It's essential.
That's right.
Right? So it's interesting. Yes, know your community. You need to know your community. You need to know your demographics. You need to know what people need to be able to live their day in and day
That's
out.
right. That's right. That's right.
Yeah, definitely. So anyone, let me see, does anyone have any questions? Rachel, I haven't even been checking. Do we have any other questions? Kelsey Walker for Prime Minister. Yes.
Oh my goodness.
I love it. I love it. What life lessons, we have another one. What life lessons do you think you have demonstrated through this?
Of course, my dad would ask that question. That's my father.
Love it. So, what's your answer for your dad and for all of us? We want to know.
So what life lessons do I think I have demonstrated? I think
Yes.
my biggest life lesson is patience. Handling this situation took a level of patience that I don't think I've ever ever had to exude in my life. I think that it also helped me to focus on my communication skills, right? How I asked my questions, being intentional with how I listened. I think that a lot of times people listen with the intent to reply and not with the intent to understand. So I think that that was another thing that I was able to demonstrate in this particular incident to myself. Dad, I hope you like that answer.
I was just going to ask. I was like, Dad, do we get an A plus for that?
Is that okay? Let me know in the comments if you like that answer. You gonna come and say here and start something, but you putting it on her. Look, the people them clapping, very good, very good.
No, it's a very good answer. And you know what? You're so right. It does teach you patience and it teaches you communication skills and how to really, really listen to what is being said, right? Like someone said, active listening is a must, definitely. And active listening is about listening and being able to understand the totality of what is being said and not just the spaces that you want to reply to.
My dad is so annoying, but could have been deeper. He's so annoying.
Could have been deeper. Could have been deeper.
He's always going to give me a hard time. You go upon your radio station and you go be deeper over there. Yes, sir? Very good.
Oh my goodness, no, this has been a great conversation. I'm just looking at the time if I had any other questions. No, I think I got through most of the questions that we had gone through.
Nice.
Yeah, does anyone else have any questions while we have Miss Kelsey Walker here with us?
I promise
So
I
what's
will answer
next?
anything.
Tell us what's next, especially for Kings and Queens Give, because we are still in a pandemic.
Yes.
There are still people who need things and products, essential products, right? What's next? What's next for you? I know that you're not in the Ontario area anymore. You're back in Quebec. So
Yeah.
what's happening?
So we actually, over 2020, we received donations, one large donation from a young woman. Her name's missing me right now, but when I'm going to do the post with everything and all the thank yous and stuff like that, she had donated 650 Canadian dollars to the foundation.
Nice.
Which I am someone who, y'all need groceries? Good. Non-perishables? Good. I'm looking for all of the deals and I'm getting the most bang for my buck. So what I want to do, what I had initially planned to do was a Caribbean lunch to support the Caribbean restaurants. However, I want to be able to use that money and do more and hit more shelters. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to communicate with all the shelters and find out which non-perishables and groceries they need, especially now. And also at the hair care line of things and hair products and stuff like that, you know. I know clothes, they don't really need too much of right now, so I'm not really going to focus on that. And I want to do more of I want to start doing virtual presentations for them where they can have some motivational speakers come. If there's, kids in the shelter that want to learn about photography or videography or artists or, maybe they're rappers or singers, they can have someone come in and speak with them. And of course, with COVID, it makes it a little easier, kind of, because
we're all doing this
all over the world, right? To come and speak to them. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to reaching out to some people. I'm going to be posting some call to actions for whoever wants to jump in. And also we're going to be selling hoodies. So I'm just putting in the order
Nice.
now for some hoodies, and all of the proceeds go back to the foundation so that we can do more fun stuff and help the kids out.
Amazing. So show us the hoodie. Is it going to be like the hoodie you're wearing?
This one is the old school print. I have a new print. So if they go on to Kings and Queens Give, you're going to see in the display, it's the new print. I'm putting in the order for the new hoodies soon. I have quite a few people who are already put in their orders. So, and there's all different colors. So I want to keep it funky. I don't want to have it like black and white. I like colors. So I
yes, you got any yellow?
Yes, the fuchsias and the orange.
Ooh, nice. Ooh, I'll take a fuchsia.
I got island gill. I like colors and things. Very good.
Exactly.
So all the time.
So listen, there's so many people on here. If you want your hoodie, people are already asking for pink one. Get yours now. If you want a hoodie, you need to DM Kelsey because she is going to sell out.
I will.
All right. So definitely DM right after we're done. Send Kelsey a DM. Send her the money for it, and it's yours.
And the size goes up to, for certain colors, the size goes up to like 3, 4, 5X. So it's
amazing.
Yeah. I wanted to make sure that I know I like my hoodies big. Okay, I like the 2X hoodies. You're nice and cozy in them. So I wanted to make sure there were lots of options. So yeah, DM Kings and Queens Give so I can have the orders, and then the hoodies are only $40. Yeah, you'll get your hoodie, and we're gonna see what else we're gonna have in store. I might see if I can get some masks and stuff like that. I'm so excited.
Nice. Okay. And you know what? It's so interesting because so many people are here saying, Tiffany's saying her mom owns a Caribbean restaurant, support local. People are saying this has been an amazing hour. People are putting in their orders. Right? Blue, I think I saw 3 people said blue. One person said pink. Nice, I have a fuchsia one over here.
Yeah, we have fuchsia. We actually do have fuchsia. We have that color.
Nice. So this is great, and especially that you're doing. It sounds like you want to do some like virtual workshops and things like that. I love the idea of having like people who do music and things like that. We had an amazing concert, virtual concert at Keep6ix. So if you want some of the artists from the concert, definitely. Actually, Tiffany was one of the artists. She was amazing. Really? Okay. Right? So you might grab her to do something virtual for the youth, for the kids. You can get something else. We have some amazing artists. You can check out the Keep6ix concert. It's up on YouTube. I think it's like 3 hours. There's interviews with artists. It's absolutely amazing. Definitely reach out to us. We will support in any way that we can.
Oh my gosh,
look, there you go. Tiffany said she's down.
Yes!
All right. So there you go. Kelsey, Tiffany, Kelsey.
Hey, girl, hey.
Right? Definitely. Hey, and you know what? If you want someone to come and speak on mental health and stuff like that, shout me out. And yes.
I'm so excited. Yes, mental health is huge. It's especially in the Black community. It's something that
especially in the Black
community. Do not talk about often. And the kids in these shelters, they definitely do need that support. So 100% we're going to do that. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
Yeah, so everyone donate to Tiffany. Let us know, what's the Instagram handle?
Kings and Queens Give.
Nice.
And it's for the website. It's kingsandqueensgive.com.
All right. So pretty easy to remember, everyone. Kings and Queens Give on Instagram, as well as the website, kingsandqueensgive.com. Hoodies are going to be there. Looking for donations. Looking for people to speak, to connect with the youth. Kelsey Walker, everyone.
Thank you so much for having me, Natasha. My
this is great
cousin. Okay.
I know. It's so funny. I had Maya like, Natasha, you know who this is? I'm like, I don't know. She's like, yes, you know. And I'm like, oh yeah, I
know. It was such a pleasure to finally virtually meet you. Thank you so much for having me. Truly
this is amazing.
And we'll be in touch.
We'll definitely be in touch. Thank you for being here. Thank you, everyone, for your questions, your comments, your love, your claps, everyone, your hearts. This has been amazing. Yes. Oh, that's how we do here on Keep6ix. That's how we do. I
love it. I love it.
Thanks, so Kelsey, definitely thank you again. Everyone, thank you for being here. We will be here again next week, same time, same place. Someone says recap on Clubhouse.
I'll see you guys over there. My squad for sure is in here. Like, hey, Kelsey, you don't have time for the recap. I'll be there as soon as I'm done, guys.
Oh goodness! Even look at this. Your dad is saying great session, blessings.
Thanks.
You got the stamp of
Dad.
approval from mom and dad. Look, stamp. You're good to go.
All right. Thank you guys so much.
You are so welcome. Bye. So everyone, that was Kelsey Walker. What an amazing conversation. We are going to be back same time, same place, 7 o'clock next Wednesday. Rachel's going to be hosting, and stay tuned for more from Keep6ix, everyone. Have a great night. Bye.